I mean, we can talk about any kind of business today, and I can make a case for how crowdsourced marketing can actually be productive. So Crowdfluence is something that I've been percolating in my head for a number of years now. It didn't really come into its current vision until about a year ago. But generally, what Crowdfluence is going to do when it launches on February the 1st, by the way, if you want to put that on your calendars, is it's going to make execution of influencer marketing campaigns much easier than it currently is. Now, anybody knows anything about influencer marketing knows that there are a ton of platforms out there already that allow you to find influencers. But when it comes to actually dealing with those influencers, agencies, CMOs alike, it's still a manual process. You've still got to reach out to your influencers, do manual arrangements, manual verification of the fact, did they actually post what they were supposed to post? What was their engagement? And it is a cumbersome and time-consuming activity to actually execute these campaigns. Crowdfluence is going to allow, through a self-serve on-demand platform, allow all of these metrics to be, to be aggregated in such a manner that takes away that time spent on behalf of CMOs, small and medium-sized retail business owners, even politics. I mean, if anybody here has ever been volunteered on a political campaign, you'll already know that the politician in question, the candidate in question, throughout the whole course of the campaign is always pestering his people, or her people for that matter, to actually post on social media. But they don't do any follow-up to see who's done what, and they're just they're missing out on a huge opportunity. Well, any business is really eligible to start implementing crowd-based marketing into their marketing mix. Let's break it down a little bit and go at it from a retail clothing store type of viewpoint. Any retail clothing store that you might see that's been established for a long time already has a built-in customer base, all right? Loyal customers coming in on a semi-regular basis, perhaps trusting the proprietor to make the choices of clothing that they want to acquire. And those people, those best customers of yours can be turned into advocates quite easily, within the whole aspect of empowering them to actually, do crowd-based marketing, influencer marketing. And this is sort of the untapped area that a lot of businesses, organizations, political campaigns, even admissions departments for big colleges, universities. I mean, we can talk about any kind of business today, and I can make a case for how crowdsourced marketing can actually be productive. This whole aspect of influencer marketing, though, even though it's been around for a while, is still nascent. It's got a ways to go to actually, to reach not saturation, but full exposure into society. A lot of people don't even know how to take advantage of it yet, but you just have to look to who are your highest engaging people. Like, for example, in a political campaign, I actually had the privilege of serving on the MP Will Amos campaign in 2015, and I got to tell you, just from empirical evidence, he was always trying to get everybody to post for him. And of course, most people did. But the one thing about the execution of that is that it was in a very disorganized format, and that's one of the things that Crowdfluence is going to solve. It's going to offer the advanced level metrics that a CMO type will require in order to engage with a particular form of marketing. One of the problems that has existed in the early form of influencer marketing is that it's pretty easy to go out there and get fake followers. So there was a problem on Madison Avenue in the marketing world for years with influencers going on sites like Fiverr.com, acquiring 20,000 fake followers for $5, and then going and passing that off as a real profile with real engagement and things like that. So now, what's been happening over the last few years is companies have started to become a little wiser of that aspect, and now they're not necessarily looking at followers as the litmus test, but more so along the lines of engagement. So, for example, let's say you have a fitness model who posts something on Instagram, and she's got 20,000 followers, but she only gets, say, 30 or 40 likes. Well, you can tell that's a fake profile. Whereas somebody like Ken Bozak, who's pretty influential in the blockchain world. He's only got 10,000 followers, but his engagement on all of his posts sometimes it reaches as high as 20 to 30%. Right? So you can see that the amount of followers isn't necessarily the big litmus test. It's more along the lines of engagement. And what Crowdfluence is set up to do is actually take all the individual posts and aggregate those metrics so that CMOs and other similar types of decision makers can actually receive a nice, concise metrics report. And I think once those metrics are able to be delivered in a format like that, you're going to see a lot more people engage with crowd-based marketing. It's such an untapped area, and I hope that as we struggle in that battle against Amazon taking over everything and other large companies accordingly, that the small and medium-sized businesses that are being affected will start to pay attention to these next-level marketing formats in order to catch up and actually restore what they once had, let's say. The current vision of Crowdfluence came together about a year ago, and now, like I said, we're actually getting ready for February the 1st launch, and we're very excited to put these theories to the test.